Since you've been back in New Orleans, what's been your experience with the female queer skate scene?
At first, I felt like it was non-existent, you know? Like, when I came back out here meeting up with Adam Ludon, I only saw myself here, you know? More kids though, which is always a plus. But no, I didn't see any other females except for, you know, his girlfriend, M.A. And then a couple weeks later, I ran into a couple other females, new beginners, and I just saw some beacon of hope. I was like, okay, New Orleans changed a little bit, and because I saw a lot of female skaters in Austin, so it was kind of exciting to see some new, fresh faces. But it wasn't until during the pandemic that a whole bunch of like mostly college kids, but we're starting to skate. And my friend Maci was like, hey, come to the skate park. There's a whole bunch of you know, female queer skaters that are, you know, trying to learn how to skate, and they need a coach. And I'm like, all right. So I wasn't really skating hardcore at that time, so I was like, all right, I'll come show up. And you know, I'm really grateful that I did, because it's honestly what's been pushing me the past couple years to just find my love for skateboarding again, and just, you know, keep pushing and reaching out to people. And but yeah, so what started out small during the pandemic like grew to, I think at one point we might have had like, I don't know, 30, 40 female or queer skaters just coming to hang out on a Sunday. And, you know, I tried to empower and still, like, you know, skateboarding into them. And, you know, a lot of them, I'd say half stuck with it. But you know what? That's skateboarding. You know, it's either for you or it's not, you know. But it was really exciting to watch the community just grow. And then from there, just like everyone kind of just helped allow us to grow in the community and for acceptance, I guess.
When did you move back to New Orleans from Austin? When did you move back to New Orleans from Austin?
I got back, I think it was January 2018. Austin just wasn't doing it for me, so I came back home.
Do you think Warren Day's skating influenced your skating at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as far as, I still don't have back 180 nose blunts, but he just mainly always made sure to just remind me to just give no fucks and just fuck the haters and skate for yourself. And he always reminded me of that, you know.
What's the best thing you can think of that's different from the past for female and queer skaters?
What I like to see is the change in how the representation is for that skate culture of women and queers. Like, we now have more competitions, and a lot of female skateboarding, you know, you were only recognized if you were killing competitions, you know, like the Leticia Buffonis, you know, they win everything, you know, and so she has the biggest footprint. So I think what's great is that back then, you know, competitions, they were just kind of glazed upon. Nobody really cared. But it was important for, you know, us female skaters, because that's the only way we were going to get, you know, representation or possibly, you know, sponsorship. So what I like to see now is just how many more contests there are, and how accessible, and just that they do allow the queer, you know, skating being, it's all in mesh now. It's not just, you know, white and black. It's, you know, the tides are changing, especially with the Olympics, and a lot of just skaters in general coming out, or, you know, just giving their story. And I think it's because that culture has shifted into just allowing all walks of life to come enjoy this sport, you know, without having to deal with a lot of the bullshit that a lot of others came up with, you know.
Do you remember your first kickflip?
Actually, I do. I remember, so when I was learning how to kickflip, I couldn't stay over the board. I always had to turn. So I learned how to sex change. Sorry, not PC anymore. But so I always had those. And I remember telling myself one summer, I'm going to get this kickflip. And I don't even know how many kickflips I kicked, but it took me all day. And I finally landed one at this, like, I don't know, my dad's friend's birthday party. I was the only weird kid, you know, in the garage making noise. And I landed it, and I just remember you know, that moment of, I finally did it, you know? And I couldn't wait to show my neighbor friends, because they were guys and they couldn't do one yet. So, you know, I was ready to be like, check out what I can do. I think I was 11 when I landed my first kickflip. I was already skating like hardcore for like a year. Yeah, it took me a year.
Okay. So unfortunately, you dealt with a lot of toxic masculinity in your past with skateboarding in the South. What do you think communities can do to empower women and queer skaters?
I think, you know, it's a slow process in certain communities, you know, especially our scene. It's kind of small, you know, and we don't have all the resources like some bigger cities do that have huge skate scenes and have all the resources to just kind of like, let's throw together an event and like, you know, 50 to 100, you know, women and queers come to skate. And, you know, we're so small. So I definitely think just, you know, we just got to keep reaching out to people and just making space for ourselves. And especially like what Phil has kind of been doing for the little Crescent skate crew is that, you know, anytime there's a competition that he's holding here at Parasite, he always makes sure to be like, hey, do you guys want to have something and what's your input, you know? And I think that's really just it's great because it's what needs to happen, you know? And of course, you know, the skate scene, since it is kind of small right now in New Orleans, you know, we have to be able to cater to what's here and empower the women and queers that are here and just I think honestly, just safe space, you know, and feeling welcome, you know, and at that point, I think things will just snowball and grow naturally, you know, and like just even since, you know, I started the Crescent Skate Crew Instagram, there's been just like an outpouring of love for it in the queer community and just, you know, female skaters or even parents that I have met just with, you know, coaching their kids and stuff. Like they think it's great, you know, to see a platform used for like marginalized skaters. And, you know, in the past maybe, I don't know, decade, 5 years, I feel like just the non-traditional skateboarding is starting to just snowball and grow. And I think little grassroots movements like this can really just impact any city, you know, of any kind. So I think I think it's great that, you know, I was able to play a part in that for a lot of the people in the city. And, you know, I want to continue to help because I didn't have that growing up, you know, so.
Yeah. When did you meet Amy Caron?
So we randomly met Amy here at Parasite. This was, I think it was March 2020? No. March 2021. Her girlfriend was scoping out the skate park for her, and she got in our group chat for the Crescent Skate Crew, and she posted this long thing like, oh, my girlfriend, she's a retired pro skater, she's looking to come skate. And I was like, retired pro skater, hold up. And I remember texting my friends like, I think I know who it is. I did some digging, and I was like, it's Amy Caron. And everyone's like, who's Amy Caron? And I was like, y'all are killing me. Amy Caron. I was like, that was like one of my heroes growing up because I identified with her. I knew she was gay. It was just clear as day, and that's how I felt inside. So when she got here, it was really cool to just kind of like have a similar story. And hers, you know, she was a pro. She skated X Games, medaled, and all these things, and she had something similar with my story, just dealing with sexism and, you know, just the gross skate culture at the time, trying to have fun and just kind of being knocked down every which way, you know. But we're actually friends now, and it's actually pretty great because, like, if you would have told, 15-year-old Alyssa you'd be really good friends with Amy Caron, in your 30s, she'd be like, "Ah, shut the fuck up."
What's your opinion on certain skate culture faux pas, like pushing Mongo, ball grabs, things like that?
I can't hate on the mall grab because I find myself doing it sometimes. But I will say, Mongo, it's gotta go. Like, you gotta have some better skate, just better, what is the word I'm looking for? Habits. Like, every time I see someone push Mongo, I'm like, you should try it this way. It's not cool.
What's your most favorite thing in general about skateboarding since you've been back?
I can't say that my skating is a little bit different than what it was back then. It's less aggressive, but honestly, just reconnecting with old friends that I skated with on the North Shore, people that I may have met, back in the Waveland days at the King of the Park, big, like Jordan and stuff like that. Just reconnecting with all the homies again, and just them supporting me and in small incremental ways that just drive me to just keep doing better for myself, my skating, and just all my friends that are skating. And just I'm mama bird, I just want everyone to just have a good time and feel safe and keep going. And some of the old friends, y'all are giving me that, you're giving me a safe space so that I can create something for others, and I think that's just important, and I love doing it. I care about all walks of life. And so yeah, it's not so much my skateboarding, it's the community that I never really had growing up, so to have it now, it feels really good.
What's some advice you would give to up and coming female queer skateboarders?
Just skate. Just keep skating. Don't let any man or anyone in general tell you how you need to be doing something, or you're not. Just approach skateboarding for yourself. It's an art. It's like no one's telling you how to draw. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. Find friends that you can relate with to keep pushing you. Because I think the thing about skateboarding, especially when you first start out, is you got to have that one friend that just eggs you on and pushes you, Because if you're doing it by yourself all the time, you're just like, I don't know, I can't do that. But if you have that one friend that's just constantly you could jump off that, just kind of keep just pushing. But honestly, just skate. Don't worry about anyone else, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's your skateboard, it's you doing it, it's your skills. And who gives a shit if you ever get sponsored or win a contest? That's not what skateboarding is. You know what I mean? Skateboarding it's in your heart. It's poetic. It's art. It is what you make of it. So, fuck the haters. That's all I can keep saying, because it's so true, though.
That's what's up. Who's your favorite skateboarder?
Okay, well, I think right now I'm really feeling, is it Fabiana? We might have to fix this one. Fabiana De Silva. She skates for Vans. What's her last name?
Fabiana Defino.
Yes, Fabiana Defino. I just love watching her skate. It's just so, how she skates transition. It's what I wish I could do on transition. And it's just, she's flawless. She's a fucking badass. She's hardcore. She's it right now. I guess runner-up would be Nora's just cool as fuck. So meeting her and knowing her personality and how she skates, she's just a rad fucking human. So she's probably number 2 right now.
We've seen that you've been doing a lot in the community right now. What exactly do you got going on?
we're starting a skate clinic for kids, and it's called NOLA Skate Club, and me and my friend Annie started it, and kind of just, we saw a need that a lot of kids want to learn how to skate, but no one knows where to start. And, I started coaching during the pandemic, and not everybody can afford that luxury, and so when I met Annie, we kind of had a very similar goal and values of like how we see skateboarding and what it can potentially do to impact a child's life. And we both got stoked on it, and we came up with NOLA Skate Club, and the goal is to have a free clinic in each different part of the city and different neighborhoods, so that it gives a chance for all kids, all walks of life can come have fun, and we'll have skateboards for them, so no one will feel left out. And we're gonna start with that, see how the ball goes with that, and just it could be something bigger later on. I don't know, but we're gonna start it. We're starting small, gathering some data, and hopefully we can have some fun with some kids and change some lives.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Seeing a little kid smile when they get on a board feels good.
Thank you, by the way. And do you have any last words? You got any shout outs, anything like that?
Well, I'll say, shout out to Phil Humidity for welcoming me with big arms into the NOLA skate community. Second is Earl with Golf Skateboards for hooking me up. And other ones would be just my good friends that keep pushing me along, and be Kelsey, Maci, Monique, and Larry Blossom. Without them, I don't know if I even would have skated with everyone during the pandemic. I wasn't feeling it. So big shout out to them for pushing me, getting me back out here, getting me back on my board, and just reminding me that skateboarding is fun. That's it. Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.